Aloha class, I wanted to do a video on phase 3 take-home reconciliation, and so you are allowed to use text, notes, but not another human, so don't ask our TA, don't use each other, don't talk with any students, and also you can ask me questions, but they'll probably just be clarification questions if you need help understanding what the task is. So non-compliance could mean failure of the quiz and or the course. She'll all work on uploaded Excel sheets. Some questions will be hand graded by the instructor, especially the open-ended questions. I'll have to go in and grade. And so the first step is to download this Excel file. And it looks something like this. So you have a bank reconciliation, bank confirmation, ABC company records, the December bank statement, and a cutoff January bank statement. And so our task is to reconcile. You are the auditor, be audit you can be, CPA firm. You've been asked to audit ABC company. You have been given the following documents and have been asked to audit ABC company's reconciliation as of and for the year end 12/31/2019. ABC company banks with XYZ Bank. So this is the checking account number, and so this is confidential information, but the auditor has that information. So internally, the auditor would know this. And so we'll start with the bank side, and we have the book side. Where does this bank side number come from? So a bank confirmation, at the very end of the year, we want to know their balance, and so we will confirm with the bank. So this is XYZ that we're confirming with, the financial institution. This is about ABC's balance, about this specific account, and this is the balance. So I put in that $392,424 here for you from the bank confirmation. And the bank would sign off on this if it was correct. And then we'll go to ABC company. So their cash ledger has no beginning balance for December 1st. And then we add the receipts and subtract the disbursements. And so this is their balance at the end of the year. And so I've put in that $412,190 there for you. The bank statement will also have the bank's ending balance. If you did the very end of their XYZ bank statement, it says $392,424. That can also help you verify for the bank side, but the client can manipulate a bank statement, and so that's why the bank confirmation is better evidence that the cash exists. And so remember, when we are looking at this information, we want to verify. So just like we did in class, there's deposits and there's checks. We're trying to reconcile between ABC company's records and the bank, XYZ Bank. And so probably one of the best ways to do this is to get this information closer to each other, so you're not going back and forth between sheets. So you could probably copy this December bank statement closer to your journals. And so we want to just make sure that they're the same on both sides. And so the only reason that there'd be differences between ABC company and XYZ Bank would be because of timing issues, such as deposits in transit or outstanding checks, or possibly errors, or things that the bank knows about and the books don't know about, or we don't know about. And when we say we, the client doesn't know about, our client ABC company. So I would first start off, like we did in class, this first receipt or deposit for $11,001. I see it on the bank statement, and now that I've brought the bank statement closer, and so I could highlight that, and I would continue on with all the deposits, make sure that they've cleared the bank, and if some of them haven't cleared the bank, we would add those all together. That'd be deposits in transit. Same thing with the disbursements, make sure that they are clearing the bank here. This one looks like the same one as this one, and so anything that hasn't cleared would be your outstanding checks. And that's where you would start your quiz. So what are the total amount of deposits in transit, outstanding checks? You would go back and make sure you put in your add where you need to add and subtract where you need to subtract for the bank side. Anything that the books don't know about, you would reconcile. And so finally you would get this final number that is reconciled. There'd be no difference. And so this final number you would put into your quiz here. And remember that cutoff statement is important because the outstanding checks and deposits in transit should eventually clear in our cutoff statement. So you should see the outstanding checks clear eventually and the deposits in transit clear as well. So be aware and double check with your cutoff bank statement for January 1st to January 15th. And so what is the adjusted? That's your reconciling number we said before. Are there anything suspicious, red flag, item of concern that you want to bring up? Name at least one. There could be more than one that you find. And we talked about some of those in class. And then after you've made your adjustments to your book side, you will need to do journal entries. So remember, if we are going to make adjustments such as a bank fee, if you have a bank fee, you would subtract that from the book side. There would be a corresponding journal entry only for the book side. And so these will ask you, number 5 and 6 will ask you about your journal entries. You'll upload your file here, and then if you've done it by yourself, you would click true here that you've done it on your own and you have that integrity as an auditor. And so that's your take-home quiz phase 3.